Welcome back, witches and wizards. The Harry Potter series is filled with moments of heroism and magic, but beneath the surface, some disturbing theories lurk in the shadows. Today, we're diving deep into 10 dark Harry Potter theories that might forever change how you view the Harry Potter world. Let's start. One, the Sorting Hat manipulates students based on their darkest potential. We've always been told that the Sorting Hat chooses students based on their virtues, their courage, ambition, intellect, or loyalty. But what if the Hat's choices aren't entirely innocent? Fans speculate that the Sorting Hat not only looks at a student's strengths, but also at their darkest, most dangerous tendencies. For instance, when Harry was sorted, the Hat recognized his bravery, but it also acknowledged his thirst for power, hinting at a potential path towards Slytherin. This theory suggests that the Hat places students in the house where their darkest potential can be cultivated, where their flaws can be nurtured into something far more sinister. Think about it. Gryffindors are known for their courage, but that same courage can easily lead to recklessness and a thirst for danger. Slytherin's ambition can drive them toward corruption and cruelty, while Ravenclaw's pursuit of knowledge might push students to the brink of obsession, uncaring of the consequences of their actions. Even Hufflepuff, often seen as the house of kindness and hard work, can breed dangerous levels of blind loyalty or misplaced trust. The Sorting Hat, in this theory, serves as more than just a guide. It's a tool for shaping Hogwarts students into their most powerful and sometimes dangerous selves. The Hat may be helping the school maintain balance, ensuring that every generation has its heroes, but also its villains. 2. Hogwarts is more of a magical prison than a school. To the outside world, Hogwarts seems like a magical utopia, a school where young witches and wizards can grow and hone their skills. But what if the school's real purpose is far more sinister? According to this theory, Hogwarts is less of an academic institution and more of a magical prison designed to control and contain the most dangerous young witches and wizards before they become a threat. Consider this. Hogwarts is an incredibly isolated place, far removed from the Muggle world, and is protected by layers upon layers of magical wards. It's a place where students are constantly watched, whether by teachers, ghosts, or magical creatures like the house elves. The students themselves are taught how to control their powers, but they are also discouraged from exploring the full extent of their abilities. Dark magic is strictly forbidden, and experimentation is frowned upon. What if the entire purpose of Hogwarts is to limit young wizards, ensuring they don't become too powerful? After all, some of the most dangerous witches and wizards in history, like Voldemort and Grindelwald, spent their formative years at the school. Hogwarts could be designed to keep magical youth in check, monitoring them closely until the Ministry can determine who poses a real threat. The castle's many dangerous features, the Forbidden Forest, the moving staircases, the unpredictable ghosts, might not be accidents, but rather intentional elements to keep students within its boundaries and discourage them from exploring too far. Hogwarts may be less about nurturing young minds and more about ensuring that no witch or wizard grows too powerful too quickly. 3. Dementors were created by the Ministry of Magic for control. Dementors are some of the most terrifying creatures in the wizarding world, but their origins remain shrouded in mystery. According to this dark theory, Dementors weren't always natural beings. They were created by the Ministry of Magic as weapons of fear and control. Imagine the scene: a dark period in magical history, where the Ministry was desperate to maintain order during a time of unrest. The creation of the Dementors could have been an experiment gone horribly right, a means to break the spirits of enemies and prisoners alike. Dementors feed on human emotions, specifically fear, despair, and hopelessness. Their kiss, which sucks the soul out of a person, is the ultimate form of control. What if the Ministry initially created Dementors to suppress uprisings or rebellions within the magical community? Over time, however, the creatures became too powerful, uncontrollable even by their creators. The Ministry, realizing it could no longer contain these dark entities, decided to put them to use in Azkaban. In doing so, they conveniently turned their creation into a tool of punishment, but also of fear. This theory paints the Ministry in a much darker light, willing to create and employ beings capable of unspeakable horrors, all in the name of maintaining power. It also begs the question, what other dark creations might the Ministry be hiding? Could Dementors be only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to magical tools of oppression? Before, Azkaban is designed for magical genocide, not just imprisonment. Azkaban has long been feared as the ultimate punishment for dark witches and wizards, a place where prisoners slowly waste away, tormented by Dementors. But what if Azkaban serves a far more sinister purpose than we realize? According to this theory, Azkaban isn't just a prison, it's a place designed for slow, deliberate extermination, a tool of magical genocide. Think about it. The Dementors feed on the prisoners' very souls, leaving them little more than hollow shells of their former selves. Those who enter Azkaban rarely leave it alive, and those who do are often so broken in mind and spirit that they might as well be dead. The conditions in the prison are so harsh that survival seems like an impossibility. Could it be that the Ministry is using Azkaban as a way to silently eliminate dangerous witches and wizards, slowly draining their magic, their will to live, and eventually their very souls? This theory suggests that the Ministry isn't just punishing criminals, it's systematically wiping out anyone it deems a threat to the magical order. Those sent to Azkaban may never have the chance to reform or defend themselves. Instead, they are subjected to a slow, torturous death, hidden behind the guise of justice. If true, this would make Azkaban not just a prison, but a place of quiet, state-sanctioned murder, designed to keep magical power under strict control. Number 5. The Philosopher Stone was meant to lure Voldemort all along. The Philosopher's Stone, with its promise of immortality, was the driving force behind Voldemort's attempts to return to power in the Sorcerer's Stone. But what if the stone was never meant to be kept safe? What if it was placed at Hogwarts with the intention of luring Voldemort in, setting a trap for him? This theory suggests that Dumbledore, ever the strategist, used the Philosopher's Stone as bait. By placing it in the school, guarded by traps that only a powerful dark wizard could hope to bypass, Dumbledore was giving Voldemort exactly what he wanted, a chance to regain his strength. But in doing so, Dumbledore was also gathering information, watching as Voldemort, in Quirrell's body, made his move. Dumbledore could have used this opportunity to learn about Voldemort's plans, gauge his power, and set the stage for future confrontations. After all, Dumbledore is known for his long-game strategies, often playing chess with people's lives for the greater good. This theory paints Dumbledore in a much darker light, revealing him as a manipulative, calculating figure willing to risk Harry's life, as well as the safety of the entire school to draw Voldemort out. Was the stone ever truly in danger, or was it always a carefully laid trap to test Voldemort's resolve and gather intelligence for the battles to come? Number 6. Dumbledore manipulated the prophecy to control Voldemort. The prophecy between Harry and Voldemort is central to the events of the series, but what if the prophecy itself was a trap? Some fans speculate that Dumbledore, ever the puppet master, used the prophecy to manipulate Voldemort into making fatal mistakes. By allowing Voldemort to believe that Harry was the only one who could defeat him, Dumbledore set the Dark Lord on a path of self-destruction. Think about it. Voldemort, obsessed with power and immortality, would never let a threat like Harry go unchecked. Dumbledore, knowing this, could have used the prophecy to play on Voldemort's fears, guiding him into actions that would ultimately lead to his downfall. By targeting Harry, Voldemort unknowingly sealed his own fate, creating the very circumstances that would bring about his destruction. Dumbledore may have been orchestrating events from behind the scenes, ensuring that the prophecy was fulfilled in the way that best served his own plans. In this theory, Dumbledore is far more than just a wise old wizard. He's a master manipulator, using prophecy as a weapon in his war against Voldemort. Every decision, every move, was part of a larger strategy to bring down the Dark Lord, even if it meant sacrificing the lives of those around him. I'm glad you liked the expanded details. Let's continue with 4 more dark theories to complete the list of 10. Here's the expanded version of the remaining theories. 7. The Time Turner incident created alternate realities, some of which are dark and dangerous. We first see the Time Turner in The Prisoner of Azkaban, used by Hermione to attend multiple classes and later to save Buckbeak and Sirius. But what if the Time Turner created ripple effects far beyond what the characters realize? This theory suggests that the use of Time Turners, particularly during significant events, splintered time itself, creating alternate realities, some of which are far darker and more dangerous than the one we know. In one such reality, perhaps Buckbeak wasn't saved, leading to a domino effect where Hagrid loses hope, abandoning his duties at Hogwarts, and leading Harry to face his challenges without the guidance of one of his most trusted mentors. In another, Sirius might have died, resulting in Harry falling deeper into despair and possibly turning to darker means to fight Voldemort. The butterfly effect of the Time Turner's use could have altered the outcomes of major battles, relationships, or even the rise of Voldemort, leading to alternate timelines where the wizarding world is much bleaker than the Ministry of Magic tightly controls the use of Time Turners, likely knowing the full consequences of altering time. But what if some of those alternate realities still exist, teetering on the brink of chaos? This theory raises the possibility that for every victory we see, there is an alternate world where everything went horribly wrong, and those timelines might still be accessible to those powerful or desperate enough to reach them. 8. The Marauders map can be used to track anyone, even after death. The Marauders map is one of the most fascinating magical objects in the series, showing not only the layout of Hogwarts, but the location of everyone within it in real time. But what if the map can track far more than just the living? Some fans suggest that the Marauders map holds a dark and disturbing power. It can track the spirits of those who have died, keeping them tethered to the physical world in ways that shouldn't be possible. This theory implies that the map could still show the names of who have died within Hogwarts grounds, like Myrtle Warren, Moaning Myrtle, or the ghosts who roam the castle. What's more, if the map was used during Voldemort's era, it might have shown the location of those who had been murdered, forever marking their final steps. It could even track the presence of dark entities, like Voldemort's horcrux hidden within Harry, or other malevolent forces lurking within the school. If the map can track souls, then the true extent of its power is far more chilling than we initially thought. The creators of the Marauders map, James, Sirius, Remus, and Peter, may not have even been aware of the full implications of what they created. What was meant to be a tool for mischief could also be a portal into the lingering presence of the dead, binding them to Hogwarts in ways that go far beyond mere haunting. Harry is an unintentional horcrux of all the Deathly Hallows. We know that Harry becomes an unintentional horcrux for Voldemort, but what if there's more to it? This theory posits that Harry isn't just linked to Voldemort's soul, he's linked to the very essence of the Deathly Hallows themselves. After all, Harry possesses all 3 of the Hallows at some point in his journey. He's the master of the Elder Wand, the inheritor of the Invisibility Cloak, and the temporary owner of the Resurrection Stone. But what if these items left more than just a physical mark on Harry? What if they left an imprint of their dark, ancient power? This theory suggests that Harry's connection to the Hallows makes him an unintentional vessel of death itself, a living embodiment of the Hallows' dark purpose. The Hallows, while seemingly gifts of immense power, could also be seen as cursed objects, each representing a different aspect of death: control over life, the ability to evade it, and the power to summon those who have passed. By coming into possession of all three, Harry may have bound himself to death in ways that he can never escape, even after defeating Voldemort. This would explain Harry's near-death experience in the Deathly Hallows and his encounter with Dumbledore in the afterlife. Rather than simply being the result of his horcrux status, Harry's brush with death could be tied to his mastery of the Hallows, making him not just the boy who lived, but the one chosen by death itself. 10. The Ministry of Magic actively suppresses the existence of magical creatures to keep power. Throughout the series, we encounter a vast array of magical creatures, from house elves to goblins, centaurs, and giants. But these creatures are often marginalized, forced into hiding, or treated as second-class citizens. What if this isn't just a byproduct of wizard prejudice, but a deliberate move by the Ministry of Magic to suppress the power of these creatures and maintain control over the wizarding world? This theory suggests that magical creatures are far more powerful and dangerous than the Ministry lets on. House elves, for example, possess magic that can rival that of the most skilled witches and wizards. Yet they are kept in servitude through a system of oppression that ensures their magic is only used at the command of their masters. Goblins, with their mastery of magical artifacts and weaponry, are confined to the world of banking, their true potential stifled by strict laws that prevent them from wielding wands. Centaurs, giants, and other magical beings are likewise pushed to the fringes of society, their power kept in check by discriminatory laws and ministry oversight. If this theory is true, then the Ministry isn't just the governing body of the magical world. It's an authoritarian regime that fears the potential of magical creatures and goes to great lengths to suppress them. This would explain why creatures like the house elves are conditioned to believe they are lesser beings, while wizards, despite their vulnerabilities, maintain their stranglehold on power. The oppression of magical creatures could be a ticking time bomb in the wizarding world, one that may explode if the Ministry's control ever weakens. Hope you like these theories. Comment which theory more dark and surprise you.